Listen, you've heard it all the time. As they say, local is lekker. So it's only fitting that I get this gentleman in to chat movies, because I love movies, and especially if it's local feature films, it's always a goodie. Preston Jonas, how you doing, my brother?
I'm very much good in yourself, bro.
I am fantastic. So I caught wind of you just simply scrolling on social media, and I came across a clip that was posted of I think it was one of your older movies, and I was like, yo, there's something about this guy that I like, and I was like, yo, I'm a locked in. And of course, you've been involved in incredible productions since then, and one that I really want to spotlight is something called Gangsters Tea. For those who are in their cars, what is the movie about?
So essentially, Gangsters Tea is a light on the side of a gangster's eye through local, basically in KFM.
Yeah.
It is essentially a twist and turn of the dangerous life, where everything is either life or death.
Okay.
There's a lot of plot twists, but that is unfortunately how it goes with the life of itself.
Yeah.
But apart from that, is a fantastic thrilling drama that catches the eye, especially from a cinematography point of view, because it's just beautiful with the colors and with drop sets and everything. But that's essentially what Gangsters Tea can be told as.
I like that, because that's also like focusing on some of the local stories and just bringing that through into cinema. Because there's some untold stories that we never get the opportunity to see, and as much as us as South Africans, we watch what's happening overseas, we consume a lot of American, UK, even Australian content.
100%.
So when you get the storytelling of what's happening back home here, and in the way that you guys do it, it's just so incredible. So I'm proper hooked. And where can people see that, or is it still in cinemas?
So it was actually it was in the lobby of theatre for about a weekend.
Okay.
And its time has unfortunately passed.
Yeah.
But what you can do is you can go on down to Mad Dog Pictures themselves,
Cool.
where we obviously put through all our films onto YouTube itself.
Oh, nice.
So we more focused on cinema because we want to bring that experience back.
Yeah.
We don't want that experience itself to die out. Do you know what I mean? That thing of telling the story and you forget where you are for that 2 hours or however it may be, and you really get into your seat in the comfort zone, and you really enjoy what you seen in front of you.
That is so true, because look, I love going to cinemas, and just the popcorn experience, the little little snacks, the Smarties, your lovely huge slushy cool drink, and you sit and you lock in. At times, I know people who take their shoes off. Keep your shoes on. Keep your I don't want to be smelling feet. Keep your shoes on, okay? But that experience so nice, even just with the surround sound and the feeling, which is incredible. But I know you're working on something else. What else is also in the works?
So just a bit of a backtrack for a second. So Gangsters Tea was a independent indie film. So usually indie films themselves are shorter length.
Okay.
Around about your 30 minutes, around about there.
I like that.
So Gangsters Tea was our biggest yet, considered overseas, a low-budget indie film, if you will. And actually, with Gangsters Tea, it's won awards, actually, from France to Spain as well as India. Yeah, exactly. And it's currently in the Cannes Film Festival. I'm not sure if you heard about that, the World Cannes Film Festival.
Cannes.
There we go.
Dude, that's a big deal. Cannes is massive, even the festival. Yeah,
we went there and we came first for independent low budget short film.
Come on, South Africa wins again. Look at that.
There we
Come
go.
on, I love that.
100%. So we basically are branching off now onto the feature film side of things with Grows Giant. Essentially, your more sports, sci-fi orientated type of genre, if you will.
Okay, that's such an interesting mix, sports and sci-fi. This is what we're playing cricket on the moon.
I mean, if you want to say Space Jam, we can do Space Jam.
That's awesome.
But I mean, we taking this task on because the cinema industry in South Africa, let's be honest, it's not like America or Europe.
Yeah.
Or, we have the talent. It's just, it's more recognized internationally than it is locally. And I mean, local is lekker.
Yeah.
So we've taken it on to produce a feature film for the first time as a production company. We are going to set our eyes on top of 2027.
Okay.
Where the locals can see it.
So what is it about for those who are figuring it out?
Well, without giving away too much,
yeah,
because obviously paperwork here and there.
Of course.
Like I said, a sports sci-fi, a youngster realizes from a young age, a God-given talent, if you will.
Yes.
And obviously there are those that are not in his court that might want to not see him succeed, and there's a lot of, much like Gangsters Tea's, plot and twists and turns. So, it's
I'm
one to look
hooked.
out for.
Yo,
Yeah.
listen, I'm smiling from ear to ear. You got me hooked. I need to check this out. Oh, that's so fantastic. So people can check all the trailers out and everything, like Gangsters Tea, on YouTube, right?
Yeah, on Mad Dog Pictures or Mad Dog Productions. Obviously, segue into our head and as well the founder, Kiresh.
Yeah.
Obviously started the company 3 years ago. A man who has helped me very much so along in my acting career. I actually only started acting 3 years ago.
No way.
And he was the guy who picked me up.
There is
he picked me up.
With what I've seen on social media, there's no way that this happened 3 years ago.
Yeah, I know it may seem like it should be like, oh, you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
But no, our first project, I think the one you were talking about was Waltzing of the Blood Orchid.
Yes.
That was also independent indie film.
Yeah.
I think the one was around about 35 minutes. And that was my very first project. And I met him, and ever since it's sort of like a Christopher Nolan and a Cillian Murphy type of setup where, he sort of just brought me along ever since, that type of partnership. But like I said, credit to him. Anytime you're on set, it's very comforting, but as well as professional. And he's just all in all a fantastic human being.
I like that, man. Listen, it's so important for us to support local. I think with whatever it is, if it's sports, if it's film, whatever it is, let's go out there and support our local guys. Preston, thank you so much for joining me. I'll definitely 100%. Be keeping an eye on this gentleman's career. Trust me, when that golden man enters and comes back, it hasn't come back since Sorty. When it comes back and Preston is holding it, please come to KFM 94.5. I would 100%. Love to, this has been incredible. So please follow the journey. Of course, more music coming your way. We got Shazza, Golden Crown,